Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mana Cave. My name is Ed.
My name's Travis.
And I don't know why he did it that way. Oh, that kind of broke me. We are playing
Mind games right at the bat.
the second matchup of our Challenger Deck Showdown. This is going to be Vehicle Rush, being played by Travis, versus Second Sun Control, being played by me, because I'm a filthy, filthy blue control style player, and this is a blue-white deck. Now,
that's terrible.
The idea behind your deck is basically like, how would you describe it?
I found it very aggro.
Yeah.
With into the vehicles. I mean, vehicles can be pretty good. They're not really aggro normally, kind of thing, but you are going to get a lot of value from some decent creatures. It's dwarf, almost aggro.
Yeah.
Because there are some almost tribal cards in here. I think we have to name a creature type, and it's like at first I didn't know what to name because I wasn't familiar with the deck all that much. But no, there's a couple dwarves in there meant to basically for these big bad vehicles and smash through.
Creatures in the field, and then bigger vehicles that can
there's some burn, some removal. There's a bit of that. So
this is Second Sun Control is all based around the approach to the Second Sun card, which is an alternate win condition. So if you get to cast this twice from your hand in a game, you're going to win the game. And then in the meantime, you control your opponent through the use of counter spells, board wipes like Fumigate. And then when you do cast Approach to the Second Sun, if you don't already have one in your hand, your main goal is to get it back into your hand. So you take that card, put it 7 from the top of your library, and then you have a bunch of draw spells and scrying spells that'll help you filter the top of your hand and get to it as quickly as possible so you can cast it again. It does cost 7 to cast, so it's not something you can cast really early, but that's the whole point of the control. You try to control your opponent until you can get to that point. And that's pretty much how these two decks run.
Yeah.
These are, for those of you, I don't think I mentioned this at the very beginning, these are from the pre-constructed Challenger decks that Wizards came out with that are standard, legal, powerful decks. Maybe not the most powerful out there. Yeah.
No, but there's significantly good cards. You have play sets of cards, which is something I haven't been used to playing for because we've been playing Commander off camera. We've been playing the pre-constructed decks of the Planeswalkers on camera. So play sets blow me away.
At their worst, they're at their worst, not their worst. At their worst, they're a good base to build a much stronger deck from. Yeah. More so than any deck that they've really produced.
Oh, yeah.
So, and you have the variety. So there's a variety of decks to choose from based on maybe what your play style is. So we've already played Hazard Aggro versus Counter Surge. Hazard Aggro is bonkers. Yeah. Counter Surge, I think, is still a good deck. I think that's one of the ones that could probably use the most TLC from adding a few extra things to it. But Hazard Aggro right out of the box, that's the deck to beat. So whichever deck wins this one is going to face Hazard Aggro, and whichever deck loses this one is going to face Counter Surge in our loser bracket. But regardless of however the matchups work out, if we don't have it so that Second Sun Control ends up being against Hazard Aggro, I'm going to make that a thing because that's one of the matchups I wanted to play from the very beginning. But I wanted to make this random, so I drew all the sort of matchups randomly, and then we'll see how it goes. Yeah. We both already determined our opening hands. Neither of us mulliganed.
Nope.
No, so we're just going to see who goes first. Where's my other green die?
Oh, sorry, I had your green dice there. What
are you stealing my green dice for? There we go.
6.
5? Wow, I just barely beat you. I'm just going to remove this hair from the battlefield. 6. His hair is no place on the battlefield. You get to go first.
Okay, so I'm going to draw my 7 cards.
Yes, so am I, even though we already know.
And as a quick warning to everybody, you're going to probably see me at some point in this game at not my best. Because I've played against that deck, and it is properly named.
It can be frustrating. This is one of the few decks where because we got to test these ones out. We didn't really get to test the Hazard Aggro and the Counter Surge deck out too much ahead of time. We have been able to test these out a bit. This is one of the few times where I've seen Travis win a game and still be super frustrated and annoyed by the end of it. So
it doesn't matter at that point. You've lost. I'll show my opening hand.
You show your opening hand and I will show mine.
So a bit of a bizarre opening hand. That's all the information I'm giving to Ed. Do with that as you will, sir.
Okay. So this is not... I'll try to say this without giving Travis too much information. This is not an opening hand that I would typically keep if I didn't sort of know what I was going to be up against. But in this case, I've actually kept this for a very specific reason, and that's so that... There you go. So, so you get to go first.
I'm not drawing, so I'm going to start by just playing a Spire of Industry. You can tap it for colorless. You can tap it and pay 1 life. Add 1 mana of any color to mana pool. Activate this ability only if I control an artifact. I'm tapping that right away for everyone's favorite Bomat Courier. It is a 1/1 with haste. When it attacks, that's why I kept opening it. Exile the top card of your library face down. You can't look at it.
No.
So you can spend 1 red to say the word as much as you can. Discard your hand, sacrifice Bowman Courier, put all the cards exiled this way into their owner's hands. Their owners. So that's
just so you know, I say way more than you do in these videos. 100% I say way more in these videos.
I guess I'm going to go to combat.
Now, it's whenever it attacks, not whenever it does damage, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is attacking.
And I am taking the damage, though. So I'm down to 19.
Then I'm passing to you.
Okay. So that's
how I wanted the opening.
That's like a horrible flashback to back when you were playing Hazard Aggro. I'm going to play the Ipnu Rivulet. I can tap it for 1 colorless, or I can pay 1 life, tap it to add blue to my mana pool, or I can pay 1 and a blue, sacrifice it, sacrifice the desert. Target player puts the top 4 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Travis, your turn, sir.
Untap it.
Oh, someone in the comments section, going back to the previous Challenger Deck Showdown, because you were talking about the desert that does 1 damage. Now, someone had mentioned in the comments section that the reason why I was originally in there is because before they banned that 1 land card, the card that could do 2 damage by sacrificing a desert, that was sort of an extra activator for it. So that got banned. They took out that other card, but they didn't take out the deserts, apparently.
Right.
So that makes a lot more sense as to why
they couldn't just toss more mountains in there.
Yeah, I know. I guess at that point it was too locked in. We can't go back. Sorry.
I'm going to play an Aether Hub.
Okay.
So I get 1 energy.
You do get 1 energy.
I'm going to use this energy-looking dice because we don't have like a thing. So it's my 1 energy.
So the energy graphic will be on the board, though, or on the overlay.
So when it enters the battlefield, like 1 energy, I can tap it for colorless, or I can tap it, pay 1 energy, and add 1 mana of any color to my mana pool.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to combat.
Go to combat. Alrighty, so I'm down to 18, pecking away.
Second main phase, tapping for 2. And playing Scrappy Scrounger.
Oh, I was not expecting you to play anything else. Okay, sure.
Back to you, sir.
Back to me. Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to play an island. Not terribly exciting. I'm going to pass turn to you.
Okay. Draw a card. Okay, I'm going to play an Unclaimed Territory. This is one of the ones I was talking about. This one's from Ixalan. So as it enters the battlefield, I choose a creature type, and I'm going to choose Dwarf. I can tap for color, so I can tap to add 1 mana of any color to my mana pool. Spend this mana only if you cast a creature without saying of the Dwarf type.
Okay, so you know that if you brought it up, it's going to be more noticeable to people, right?
It's errata now, too, because I've said it apparently, that if I say, I'm going to, nope! It's now colorless.
So you named dwarves. And you've apparently decided that you're not going to play a basic land in this entire game. So, okay.
Basic lands for other people. I'm going to go to
basic
combat.
Bitches. That's who they're for. Right?
So, swing both in. I do get the trigger from that one, though.
Okay. I'm going to tap 2 and cast Aether Meltdown. It's got Flash. It's an enchantment, aura. Enchant creature or vehicle. When it enters the battlefield, I get 2 energy. Enchanted permanent gets -4, -0. So that's going to go on him.
Okay.
I'm going to get 2 energy, though I don't think there's any way to utilize energy in this particular deck, but there are still cards that gain energy for you. So I'm going to take 1. Okay. So I'm down to 17. So that stemmed the flow a little bit.
A little bit. And actually that kicks my...
Took us?
No, my game plan, though. So I will tap for colorless to cast the Heart of Karan.
Ooh, yes.
It is a vehicle, a legendary artifact vehicle. Flying Vigilance 4/4, but it's crew cost of 3, and I may remove a loyalty counter from your Planeswalker I control rather than pay Heart of Karan's crew cost, pardon me. I don't think there's a Planeswalker in this deck, so I'm not entirely sure, but so he has no power, so he can't crew that at all, unfortunately. Yeah. But for 2.
Okay. That's a low crew cost for that card.
3 for a 4/4 flyer? So it's low casting cost, I would say. The crew cost is, because there's another... The other one is, I think, a crew cost of 1 for a 4/5 flyer. Okay. Aether Sphere Harvester. Let me just check.
I'm going to play Plains, and I'm going to pass turn to you.
Untap.
That's what this deck is about. So I'm not...
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm playing certain decks, I get really worried if I've got nothing to play for the first few turns. Not with this deck at all, so...
Okay. playing the Spire of Industry again.
Okay.
So we've already explained that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to combat.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, so I'll take 1.
Trigger. Then I'm going to tap for colorless. Oh, wait. It's legendary.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no.
Not the tip as to what you have in your hand, but...
Yeah, but no, that...
You can still cast it.
I still can, but...
Then we can show people what happens with the legendary rule.
Sorry, I just want to read this.
Take one for the team. Nah, come on. Make this an educational video. Would you like to do something else? Oh, the die is going on top of the deck. That means he wants a reminder or something, so...
Maybe. Pass to you.
End step. I'm going to tap for 1. I'm going to cast Opt. Instant scry 1, and then draw a card. So I'm going to scry 1. And then I'm going to draw it. So, okay, sorry. Technically, scry 1, put it back on top, draw the card. Just to keep things nice and legal. Okay, my turn. Losing my voice a bit. God, I gotta stop opera singing on the weekends. I'm gonna play Plains. Pass the turn to you.
Okay. On end step, I'm gonna tap this, pay 1 life to add red.
Okay.
Drop to 19. And colorless, and I'm just gonna lightning strike you. I don't think your deck has...
I don't know why I found that funny.
Your deck has 1 creature, it's that Catnet, I believe. And Catnet actually works really well because it helps you to draw and everything.
You sent a little beer through my nose from that one. I don't know why I found that funny. It was just that I wasn't expecting you to just straight up lightning strike me. So.
Well, because there's no point in saving for creatures, what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Even if I would double strike that Catnet, it's indestructible.
I 100% hear you. So.
There went that. Untap.
Okay.
Swing with Bomat Courier. Trigger.
Okay. Take 1. Down to 12. Still got beer coming out of my nose, I think.
Poor baby. Paying 1 for... I'm gonna just lightning strike you.
Okay, no, this is a perfectly valid strategy.
Because there's no point hanging on to
It's a perfectly valid strategy.
I could wait my turn, but I'll pass to you now.
Okay, end step. I'm going to tap for 4, and I'm going to cast Glimmer of Genius. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. You get 2 energy, so I'm just going to get the 2 energy now, so I don't forget 4. Like, once again, I don't think energy is used in this deck for anything. And then draw 2 cards. I'm going to put 1 on top, 1 on bottom. And then I'm going to draw 2. Okay. And now it's my turn. Okay. Lost track of things there for a second. Okay. I'm going to play a Plains. I'm going to pass the turn to you. Make sure I have... Okay, I only got 7 cards in hand, so I'm not overdrawn yet, so...
Okay, go to combat.
Go to combat. I'm taking 1. I'm down to 8.
So 1, 2, 3 colorless to cast Aether Sphere Harvester, as I mentioned earlier. I will read it off while you prep your mana. It's a 3/5 flying vehicle again. Crew cost only 1 on this one, though. I can pay 1 energy and it gains lifelink till end turn, and when it enters the battlefield, I get 2 energy. So.
Okay, I'm going to tap for 3.
Hasn't entered the battlefield yet?
It's still on the stack, and I'm going to cast Supreme Will and choose 1, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. The other one is look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and you rest on the bottom of your library in any order, but I'm going to choose the counter part of it.
Okay. Boost my bin, and pass the turn to you.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good. I'm going to play an island.
See, that one I could have crewed. with my Bowmat Courier because crew costs only 1. So
I'm gonna pass the turn to you. Yeah, that's why I wanted that one out of there. Right now, I'm okay still with the hand, the heart, the hand. Why did I call it the hand? It's not Game of Thrones. It's the hand. It's the heart of Quran.
So we're gonna go ahead and tap that for white.
Okay.
Tap that for red, using my 1 energy.
Okay.
To cast the Veteran Motorist. He is a 3/1. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2. When you cruise a vehicle, it gets +1/+1. Floating on the stack.
I will allow it.
Okay. So I'm going to scry 2.
Now, what is his ability when he attacks?
None.
Oh, okay, so that's not the one that does something when it attacks. Okay.
No. So I'm scrying 2.
Okay.
Both to the bottom? Yeah, both to the bottom. I think both to the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to stack these now, actually. I'm going to crew up at my Heart of Quran.
Okay. While that happens, I'm going to pay 2 and... what? Don't drop that in. And cast Aether Meltdown on the Heart of Quran. So he's going to get -4/-0.
Okay, so right now he's at 1/5.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll go to combat.
We're going to go to combat.
Okay. So attacking for 2. Another trigger on that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to take 2. So I'm down to 6.
Okay.
End of turn.
End of turn.
I'm going to... I'm going to pay 4, and I'm going to cast Glimmer of Genius. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. You get 2 energy. So scry 2. I'm going to put them both in the bottom. And then I'm going to draw 2. Okay, so that goes to the graveyard. Tap. Draw. Okay, I'm going to play a Plains.
Well, you got to have it in your hand.
I'm going to tap for 7.
Ugh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to cast Approach of the Second Sun. If Approach of the Second Sun was cast from your hand, and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, which I haven't, you win the game. Otherwise, put Approach of the Second Sun into its owner's library, 7th from the top, and you gain 7 life. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to go there. I'm going to go up to 13.
I was really pacing him there, and I kind of lost my...
I tapped out, and I'm passing it to you.
Okay, so since you're tapped out, tapping for paying 1 life for red. Yeah, I'll lightning strike you.
Okay.
So I was thinking I could draw a whole bunch.
That's fine. I'm down to 10.
Because I clearly need more than just 2 a turn. I need something big here. And I don't have remove artifact. Or enchantment, pardon me. So that was end turn, untap, draw for the turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Play a Plains. I think that's the only thing that has haste. So I'm going to crew this thing up and attack. So attacking for 2.
You're going to crew this up and attack?
Yeah, and with both.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm attacking for 2. So I'm down to 8.
Attacking for 2. So second main phase, I will spend 1 life. The good thing about knowing you don't have many creatures to back, I'm really not at all concerned about it. I'm going to sacrifice a Bowmat Courier.
Oh, okay.
And draw, pitch my hand, which would be, of course, Heart of Quran.
Yeah.
So Bowmat Courier goes there.
Now, is he exiled or is he...
Oh, good question. Discard your hand, sacrifice Bowmat Courier. Okay. Now I'm thinking I was foolish.
Well, not necessarily.
No, because what I could have done...
full of cards now.
I could have held on to a
lightning strike?
A lightning strike my own dude, get him the thing. I could then use his ability.
Yeah, I was curious why you didn't attack with him instead of crewing him to attack.
That's actually a good question.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking crew.
No, I understand completely, so it's...
It makes a lot more sense when you say it like that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean... I'm not trying to shame you in front of...
No.
In front of the people.
It did not even occur to me.
Raw people.
So what am I going to do here with all these cards I drew? Well, we'll do the unclaimed territory.
If you burn me out, I'd be... Oh, okay.
No. It's going to have to be the old-fashioned way. Okay. The Toolcraft Exemplar. 1 and a life to do that, and then... No, actually, I don't need just 1 colorless for the Beaumont Courier.
Oh, okay. He replaces himself now as well too. So
yeah,
that's such a powerful effect. Because even if you have the ability to take him out, you just need to be holding up 1 red, and you can later in the game you can completely replace your hand with a much better hand, most likely.
Nope, why do I keep reaching for that one? For another Scrap Heap Scrounger.
Okay.
So I play Scrap Heap Scrounger, Beaumont Courier, Toolcraft Exemplar.
Okay.
And now I pass 2. Will it be enough, though? Probably not.
I think it's tap for 7.
You have in your hands.
Yeah.
Why do you only do all this?
Well, because I'm not going to... I wanted to say something, but at the same time, it's like Travis just all... Because can you imagine someone doing that and being like, you know what?
I'm going to stop you there.
I'm going to stop you there. I've got the second one in my hand, so you might as well just pass to me. Okay, and they pass to you and they don't have it. Like, can you imagine the play? That would be awful.
I don't go to buy this very often. But sure enough, I drew another Heart of Quran.
Flipped. So, okay. Well,
someone could have done different. It doesn't matter. I wasn't getting to 10 anytime soon. I could have striked you once more. I actually ended up... So you were actually 1 turn off of doing that
because here's the thing as well too. Because based on how the other cards were going, I had 2 Fumigates in hand.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I was... I forego doing the Fumigate at a certain point because I could see what was coming up. But you did have me scared there at the very end because I was like, when you started just casting the lightning bolts the lightning strikes right at me, I was like, did I make a horrible miscalculation? Like, are you going to burn me out before I actually get to that point? So
I'm not going to lie, I was close. I chose to scry 1 to the bottom to hopefully get, back when I didn't have the Veteran Motorist. No, because I played him, I wanted more creatures.
Even just...
If 3 damage
if 1 turn earlier, if you decided to sacrifice the Beaumont, I think it is, Courier, and fill up your hand, and then you could cast all those creatures, then I definitely would have fumigated. So, yeah. The good thing with your deck against this one is that Fumigate, it's sorcery, so it's not, unless you're crewing the vehicles, which would almost never happen against this deck. Did you want to sideboard, actually?
Yes, now that you mentioned
what we're going to do is, these decks do come with 15-card sideboards. We are going to take some time to sideboard, and we'll be right back after we've got fresh hands, and we're ready to go with the second game of this. What's it called again? Challenger Deck Showdown. Smooth outro. And we are back in the second game of this match of Second Sun Control versus Vehicle Rush. Travis, you had to mulligan once, correct?
I did.
Okay, so you do get to go first this turn, but you are also going to get to scry. So after you scry, you can show your hands to the fine folks at home.
I'm going to bottom
it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to let you show your hand, and then I will show mine, if I can actually say the words properly.
There's my opening hand. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. It's okay. It's nothing awesome.
Hey, man, slow down. Don't give me so much information. Come on now. Okay, so this is my opening hand, and it's definitely different than the original opening hand I had in the first game.
Aha!
So, but it's still good in a completely different way. So I'm still kind of happy with this opening hand. So yeah, so there we go. That's as much information as you're getting out of me.
Yeah.
Can't force any more information out of me. It's not going to happen. And you can start. Is that there? That's not yours. Okay, set that aside.
Evolving Wilds, tap, sacrifice, search for a basic land.
Okay.
So I'm going to tap that, sack that.
Do you want me to just go ahead and...
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Putting on planes.
Normally you let the player finish doing the thing, but I'm just going to go ahead and... Because we're all friends here. I'm going to play an Irrigated Farmland. It can be tapped for either white or blue, enters the battlefield tapped, or I could cycle it for 2. I'm not going to cycle it. Pass turn to you. Aren't you done yet? Come on.
I do like how I always scry. And then shuffle.
Oh, no!
No, I scried to the bottom. So
okay.
Either way, I was not getting...
I was going to say, I just realized because you did that in another game, didn't you?
I do it all the time, man. I do it on Tuesday, and it's only... I don't know.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't notice that you put it on the bottom, so...
I'm so glad I drew that card. So second turn, I'm going to play a Swamp.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll tap 2 for the Heart of Karan.
Boom.
We saw it last time. Back to you.
Oakley dokley, sir. Okay, draw. I'm going to... play a Plains.
His crew cost is what?
3.
I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Play a mountain.
I forgot there's 3 colors in that.
Yeah, the black is subtle.
Yeah.
It's subtle. Tap 1 for the Toolcraft Exemplar.
Okay.
Does that resolve?
That resolves.
Okay. Tap 2 for the Scrap Heap Scrounger.
Okay, so that resolves, but pre-combat I may want to do something.
Okay, so I'm about to go to combat.
Okay, I'm going to do that in response. Okay. No, I'm not going to do anything.
Okay, so I'm going to... so as we begin combat on my turn, if I control an artifact, which I do, he gets +2/+1. So he's a 3/3. 3/2.
Okay.
So I'm going to crew
Does
up.
he have a haste too?
No, but I can... it's a
crew.
effect.
Okay, I thought you were swinging in. Sorry.
No.
I was like, is he haste? Because I realized I screwed something up there. Okay.
No, so I am crewing.
Okay, so I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to cast Aether Meltdown on
That's only 2 mana?
the heart.
That's
only 2 mana, yeah.
It's -4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
I will attack.
With a 0/4?
Flying and vigilance.
Okay.
It's vigilance, so...
I'm sorry, I'm so confused. First I thought you were attacking with him.
No.
Then you're attacking with him. Like, what did I miss again?
I did attack with it.
So I take nothing. Okay.
Back to...
Oh my goodness.
It has
You
vigilance.
you keep scaring me with these things that I think are happening but aren't actually happening. So I'm going to play a island. And I'm going to pass the turn to you. Get fluff on me here.
Okay. Another plains. So I'm going to tap white, red, white to put Depala on the stack. So Depala is a pilot exemplar, legendary creature, dwarf pilot. Other dwarves I control get +1/+1. Each field I control gets +1/+1 as long as it's a creature. When she becomes tapped, not necessarily attacks, I get to pay X. If I do, reveal top X cards in my library and put all dwarves and vehicle cards revealed or from among them into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in random.
This is a vastly different start than you had the last game. Yeah, she resolves.
She resolves. Okay. So, I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
So I'm going to crew her. Crew this thing.
Okay.
So it gets +1/+1.
Okay.
So it is now a 1/5.
Okay. Are you going to use her other ability?
Yes, I am actually.
Okay.
So I guess, yeah, to do that's happening right now, right? So
Yeah.
I'll only get 1x to reveal. I've never used it before, so I'm going to read this right. Becomes tapped. I may pay X. I paid 1. So if I do, reveal top X cards in my library. Put all dwarves. You're not a dwarf, you lousy artificer. That sounded such a bad word. It's like it's a word I shouldn't use to describe somebody. I'm not an artificer. I can't call them artificers.
And it goes into the graveyard?
No, it goes in the bottom actually.
Okay.
In random order though.
Okay. In random order. There we go.
So that was Pia Nalar. She's a human artificer. So she has become tapped. Hardy Karan's ready. I'm ready to actually declare my blockers.
Okay. But declare your attacks. Okay.
Declare my attacks.
I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to Aether Meltdown him. Now, he still exists, but you still have artifacts, so this is still going to state a 3/2, correct?
4/3. The dwarves I control.
Oh, that's a dwarf as well, too.
Yeah.
Well, I think I made the wrong choice there, but I'll live with it. Okay.
So 4, and you're taking
5 in total. Okay, so down to 15.
And my meltdown is thankfully just happening to my cards at this point. Literally, I'm all tapped out except for my vehicle, so I pass back to you.
Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to play a Plains. And then I'm going to pass the turn to you.
One of those bloody meltdown cards you got. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to tap 2 for a Scrap Heap Scrounger.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to tap this to crew that.
Okay.
That's my only option there, I believe. And
Now, this just gives straight up vehicles, right? Not vehicles that cruise, not like the other one. This gives just straight up vehicles?
No, just dwarves, +1/+1, and each vehicle you control gets +1/+1 as long as it's a creature.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
before that, it didn't.
Right.
So, I'm going to go to combat, putting the Heart of Koran with Vigilance in the Heart of Koran zone.
Okay.
And 4 and 3.
Okay. I'm going to tap for 3 and cast Farm on her. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. So she's going to die. These are both going to go down -1/-1 because her +1/+1 is no longer in effect, right?
Correct.
So I take 3 in total.
You take 3 in total.
Okay. So I'm down to 12. So you're still chipping away.
Chipping away.
Chipping away.
Second main phase, tapping 2 for the Harsh Mentor. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land, you have like none of that for the most part. That isn't a mana ability, so it has nothing to do with you other than being a 2/2.
Okay.
Harsh Mentor deals 2 damage to that player.
Okay.
So that's it.
That's it.
Back at you.
Okay.
I thought there was destroy target artifact of my own in this deck somewhere. I could be thinking of another card. Oh, you know, I'm thinking of that other one. That Artificer deck I played for the dual decks. That one had a destroy artifact you control to get an artifact to the...
Oh, okay.
Because I'm like, other than shocking my own Scrap Heap Scrounger, how do I get it out of to the bin, essentially?
You're hellbent at this point, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to pass the turn to you. Hellbent just is another term for being a top deck mode or having no cards in hand, so...
Okay. Just got to burn through those counter spells. Tapping 2 for Veteran Motorist.
Okay.
So it's going to enter the battlefield.
It will enter the battlefield.
I got a Scry 2.
Get the Scry 2. Now, can I just look at it? Because I think this is for activated abilities. Well, whenever an opponent activates an ability, yeah. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Whenever an opponent activates an ability
of a creature,
of an artifact, creature, or land. Oh, okay.
None of
so that includes crewing.
But whenever an opponent.
Yeah. So hard to crew one of my vehicles. I thought it was just general blanketed.
Activate and
okay, never mind. So that's not going to matter at all. Okay.
What am I looking for here? Yeah, I'll put you on the top, I guess, and you on the bottom. That's how I ordered. And then I'm going to go to combat. So, when it crews a vehicle, it gets +1/+1 to the end of the turn. So okay. I'm going to crew my Heart of Koran.
Okay.
Okay. Making some room here for my guys who are doing nothing good. I'll just move you back.
You can just move it back, yeah.
Yeah, move you back.
Yeah.
And then I am going to attack for 3, 2.
He just came into the battlefield this turn, didn't he?
Nope. Nope, because I only have 2 for that.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. You're right.
That and
I wished he came into the battlefield.
I got a 1 on that one.
So 1,
4, 6, 9. But you know I don't have shock or lightning bolt in my hand. Lightning strike, pardon me.
Okay, I'm going to do something probably a bit odd. I'm taking 9.
I should do something a bit odd.
I'm tapping 4, and I'm going to cast Glimmer of Genius. Scry 2 and then draw 2 cards. I get 2 energy, so I'm going to put that there. So I'm going to scry 2. I'm going to put that on the bottom. Sorry. This one on top, and then I'm going to draw 2 cards. And then I'm going to put this into the graveyard. And then I'm going to take 9, which puts me down to 3.
I have my Scrap Heap Scrounger left at the block.
Okay.
And that pass back to you.
Alrighty. Alrighty. I'm going to play an irrigated farmland.
Irrigated farmland.
Which we've seen before. And then I'm just going to go ahead and
not fumigate.
Pass the turn to you. Yeah, I don't have mana for fumigate, sadly. I do after this, but if you rip a lightning strike, the game's over.
No, because remember I spread and it was that one I'm ripping.
Oh, okay.
Tapping 1, 2, 3, one of it red for casting PNLR.
Okay.
So I get PNLR and a 1/1 Thopter.
So what is it? Could you read her off for me?
Can you get a Thopter first? I have no Thopters, so we have a Thopter.
Okay.
PNLR is a legendary creature, human artificer. She was actually another on the bottom there. For 1 red and 2 of anything, she enters the battlefield. I create a 1/1 colors Thopter artifact creature token with flying, no haste.
Okay.
I can tap 1 and red, target artifact creature gets +1/+0 till the end of the turn.
Okay.
I can tap 1, sacrifice an artifact, target creature can't block this turn.
Okay.
So I don't have the red to activate hers because that actually, I don't think it's going to matter, but it would be handy.
Okay.
But I can tap all 3 of them. Well, no, I need to crew him with that actually. So, but either way, I don't know if you have something.
Are you crewing him, or are you just going to?
No, because that's just 3 damage. If it's 1 if I don't, it's 3 if I just attack.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I made that mistake last time.
Yes,
you taught me so much, Ed. 3, 3, 2, 3.
Okay, so I'm going to pay 4, including 2 white, and I'm going to cast Settle Wreckage. Exile all attacking creatures. Target player controls. That player may search his or her library for that many basic lands, put those cards in the battlefield tapped, then shuffle his or her library. So you are getting something out of this.
That's 4 mana?
You're getting 4...
An instant?
Yeah. You're getting 4 land that you get to search a library for, put onto the battlefield. Basic lands, though. Basic lands. But they're all exiled.
4 mana.
So this does not go to the graveyard.
No, that's insane.
Yeah.
4 mana at instant speed. I look for 4 lands?
Yes.
So yeah, either way you can fumigate next turn anyway.
If I have Fumigate in hand, I mean...
And they enter tapped or untapped?
Tapped. They enter tapped.
Of course, enter tapped. Basic lands?
Yes. Sadly, just basic lands. You're still well ahead in this game.
No, I haven't. That was... I cannot believe. I thought I had everything in control because I didn't think that was 4 mana.
You thought you had everything in control, but I had everything in Second Sun control.
There is 1 swamp.
If I had sunglasses, I would have taken them off at that point and been like, I have everything in Second Sun control.
There's only 1 swamp in this entire deck.
Well, now you get it. Oh, no, it was already out there. Okay.
Yeah, it was already out there, yeah. Oh. Well.
You're still ahead.
If I can attack next turn. 4 mana for a wipe like that. I was not expecting that.
No one expects to have their wreckage settled.
All right. So
instant speed semi-board wipes are pretty nice as well,
in
too.
Standard, I was not expecting. I should specify. All right. Well, it's your turn, so.
Okay, dokie.
I played out my Pia. In hindsight, I actually might have played that differently had I thought of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because you got lethal on the board. I'm just going to fumigate for 3, right? Destroy all... for those who don't know, fumigate, destroy all creatures. You gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. So...
3,
yeah. Now, you also have something that can come back from the graveyard, but luckily you only have one mana.
Because I couldn't search for it.
These go to the graveyard. I'm going to gain 3 life. I'm going to go to 6.
So I can't do Scrap Heap Scrounger at end step, which would have given it haste, essentially.
Yes, and that's one of the things where it came down to Settle the Wreckage, having those come into play tapped is good for me. I mean, I still would have survived because I'm at 6, but it still could have been a lot worse.
Surprisingly black.
I will now pass the turn to you because I'm all tapped out.
Yeah, but you're now...
I'm in a slightly better position than I was a second ago, and you're still top deck mode. So,
all right. Well, I can play Dragon's Skull Summit. Enters tapped unless I control a swamp or mountain. I control both. I can tap a swamp and a mountain to activate Scrap Heap Scrounger's ability. It says exile another card from your graveyard. Return Scrap Heap Scrounger to the battlefield.
Okay.
Back to you.
Back to me.
I mean, I could have crewed my heart of Quran with him, but it's a 0-4 at that point.
I'm going to play a Plains. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Full on top deck mode. All right, go to combat.
Go to combat. Okay, in response, I'm going to tap for 4. Play Cast Out. Flash. When Cast Out enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until Cast Out leaves the battlefield.
Makes sense.
So that'll just get...
Once again, I need him to die. I'll attempt to shock you for 3.
I'm going to pay 2 and cast Negate, counter target non-creature spell.
I can't even pay mana to prevent that?
No, sadly. Oh, sorry.
I'm keeping my cool, though.
Is it my turn?
On the plus side, this will be over soon, because I can only play 1 card a turn at this point.
This is a control deck. This could be over in a while. But, okay, so it's my turn.
It's your turn. Okay. No cards in hand.
Okay, so I'm going to play a Plains.
No Scrappy Scroungers in the graveyard.
I'm going to tap for 7. I'm going to approach the second sun. So it's going to go in 7 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to gain 7 life, so I'm at 13.
That clock's just out the window now.
And now I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Bloop. Bloop. Bloop.
Oh, lightning strikes. Okay, so you are doing that, right?
Well,
okay.
What's the point of... You're tapped out. There's no creatures coming.
Okay, so my turn?
Your turn.
Okay.
So that's 2 strikes down. I don't have enough strikes in this thing to kill you, and if it took the amount of turns and you couldn't counter.
I'm going to play an island. Pass the turn to you.
Bloop. Bloop. See, and this is the funny thing with this deck. Beyond being countered, when you got no creatures to crew your vehicles against your deck, it's like...
That doesn't have an enter the battlefield effect, right?
Yeah, I get 2 energy.
Okay, well, there you go. That's something.
So I get 2 energy.
On your end step, I'm going to tap 1 blue. I'm going to opt, scry 1, draw a card. So scry 1, put that on the bottom, draw a card. I'm going to pay 1 blue. That goes to the graveyard. Opt, scry 1, put on top, draw a card.
That's 2, that's 4 down. So we got minus the 1.
Untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
7. Approach the second sun.
It's that easy, apparently.
Well, we'll see how this matches up against the Hazard aggro deck. Because now this is going to go on to face the Hazard aggro deck, and I think that's going to be a different kettle of fish. Because as aggro as this one is to start off with, it doesn't come close to Hazard aggro.
No.
So, oh yeah, this one as well too.
Yeah.
Oh no, that one's yours.
That one's yours.
Yeah. So
that one there for you.
So I do get the matchup that I've been hoping for all along. Now, you're used to playing me playing control style blue and sometimes even blue and white decks.
Yeah.
On a scale of the Mana War Pauper deck and a non-blue deck, how frustrating is it to play against this deck?
It's literally the same because it's just I had less to work with then. I got more to work with. Did you have more to work with? Kind of thing. Like the and to be honest, my Gruel Tension deck's not a great deck, but your deck now has there was no board wipes in the mono blue Mana War or whatever deck.
Yeah.
No, and board wipes are literally what got me because I was on pace, even losing a creature here and there. And then it was at instant speed, which I did not
settle. Yeah, settle the wreckage for 4 because I really wanted to scry for that important 5th land so that I could play the Fumigate. And if settled the wreckage wasn't one of the cards, then I would have been toast because I got a land, but it was land entered tapped. So the 4 still up, settle the wreckage, which is probably, I think it's actually the first time I've got to play settle the wreckage.
Yeah, I don't play in other games, but definitely Fumigate.
Yeah. And it's a card where, like, if you're already in top deck mode, giving you a whole bunch of extra lands, I mean, it filters out your deck, but it doesn't really do much for you. It's not like you're needing to ramp into something huge, and it's not like you have a big stompy deck, right? So, yeah, instant speed, essentially board wipe, followed by an actual board wipe was... It's pretty amazing. And the fact that they have several copies, I think it's 3 copies of Approach of the Second Sun in this deck.
Well, is there a full 3 or 4 of Fumigate too?
Yeah, there's at least 3. There might be 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things where I really like this deck. It's a deck that was built for my style of play.
Yeah.
I do see how it can be frustrating to play against. So, I mean, if it was a tournament setting, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But if I was...
But you also can't tell me that Hazard aggro isn't frustrating to play against either.
It is, but it's in a completely different way.
Yeah.
That one's frustrating in the fact that you can lose so quickly and it can get so out of control. But it's a weird sort of...
Because this one you're allowed to set your board up and then have it fail.
Yeah.
Whereas Hazard aggro, it's like you don't get a chance to set your board up.
And I think typically people have... It's almost the way that people feel about how certain cards play out. Like an example of this would be if you were to cast a creature and then someone were to lightning bolt that creature and you were to lose your creature that way, or if you were to lose that creature to blocking.
You still entered the battlefield.
You still entered the battlefield. You still got to play him.
He was there.
That feels like you've done something progressive.
Yeah.
Whereas counter spells can really be frustrating because it's stop stopping some from being able to play their deck. Yeah. So even though you're still losing that creature, and you're just losing it a different way, it's how you walk away from it, which can frustrate people. It doesn't stop me from playing blue decks because I really love that. I love that feeling casting those cards. But
I think that's why I love Commander. Blue is just less of a presence in Commander.
Counter spells are nowhere near as prevalent in Commander, at least the Commander games that I've played. Yeah. But yeah, I will play. If I was playing with new players that I haven't played before in a casual setting, I probably wouldn't whip out the control deck.
Really?
No, because I would probably, get to the point where they don't hate me first, get to know me a little bit better, and then I'd start playing blue against them. Whereas we've known each other so long that now at this point I might as well just play blue. Yeah. So,
and you've weighed down your table enough that I cannot flip it. You can shake the beer on it.
You can shake the beer, but yeah. So we do. So the next matchups are going to be Second Sun Control versus Hazard Aggro, but we may play out the loser bracket first and save the final showdown match for 2 weeks from now. Yeah. So we're also going to be doing a deck builders toolkit sort of challenge between the two of us. We may do that in a slightly different way than we've done Mana Caves in the past. I'm not sure if we're going to make that a best 2 out of 3, or if we're going to spend some time building our decks on camera, being very upfront with each other about what cards we're opening and stuff, walking through the whole process to help new players, or even players who just want to see that type of content, and then maybe do one game, if not an entire match. So that's coming up as well too. I'm not sure when that's going to come out. Those are coming out next week, I believe. They're going to be released this coming Friday, as of this recording. Yeah. This may be released around the time that those are coming out, but that's going to be coming up as well. One last thing as well too, and I just wanted to plug the Token of the Month Club. Some of you may have heard of it before, and some of you have already joined up, which is absolutely wonderful. But for those of you who don't know, I've started creating custom tokens exclusive for Brain Pulp TV. The first month's token is a Goblin token. And as you can see, like the back, that says the Brain Pulp logo and the tokens and the Series 1. And I'm doing this with my friend Lara D'Souza, who's an amazing, amazing artist. And each month, there's going to be a new token that's going to get mailed directly to your door. You can get between 1 to 10. You can get more as well, too, if you want to contact me. There's someone out there who was asking about getting more tokens, which is kind of nice. Yeah. But each month there's going to be a new token. Next month is going to be zombies, but by the time you see this, there's probably only be a couple days left to the month to get the Goblin tokens. So if you're thinking of joining, now would probably be a good time. And I promise I will only plug the Token of the Month Club once per video. I won't get too crazy, but I am pretty proud of how these turned out. And hopefully you guys will enjoy them as well, too. Cool. Travis, thank you so much for
putting up with the counter,
for rushing at me with some vehicles and putting up with a little bit of control action.
Just a little bit, huh?
Just a little bit.
See, but your deck does nothing but control, which it's effective. One cannot deny that. But you don't have any creatures.
There's creatures in the sideboard. Oh, we should also mention this quickly.
Really?
I did sideboard in 2 negates. That's the only sort of sideboarding I did.
Was it Duress?
Duress? Did you sideboard? Yeah.
4 Duress. Didn't see a single one of them.
That's a very good sideboard
Well, that's the only one that's in there that has anything to do with your deck. Yeah. Harsh Mentor, but I'm like, I don't think he has any artifacts either. There's no. Yeah. Although Ramp, if you wanted to do your Second Sun early, might not be the worst thing, but clearly your deck does not need any advice from me on how to make things go a little quicker.
Yeah, I think it went well. Yeah. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you all in the next video.